Hello everybody, welcome back to Psyched Substance. In today's video, we're going to talk about how to take any compound safely. So let's get right into it. Step number one. Do not take drugs. Okay, you heard it here first. This is the substance guy on YouTube telling you not to fucking do it. So if you're thinking about doing it, just don't do it. Abstinence is the best form of harm reduction. So now that we got that very important, vital first step out of the way, let's move on to step number two. This is one that kind of sounds obvious to me, but a lot of you guys don't realize it. Before you take any substance, it doesn't matter if it's a stimulant, a psychedelic, something for pain, it doesn't matter what it is, you need to research the living hell out of it. That means reading not just the Wikipedia page, but user reports, get a broad overview of all of the expected effects, and then assess if this sounds like something that you would be interested in. If you're exploring something like psychedelics, you have to realize too that the effects are very, very subjective, meaning a lot of the reports you'll read might not even be accurate to what you're going to actually feel because the experiences can't necessarily be put into words accurately. Now, once you have a good idea of all that, you're going to want to move on to the safety information so you have a really good idea of what the average dose is. You're going to want a scale if it's something that you have to weigh. And then let's move on to step three. You are going to want to buy a reagent kit. Now, what this is a liquid that you can buy with the test kit in my video description. And if you're taking, say, something like MDMA, you put a drop of it on there. And if it turns black for multiple reagents, use more than one reagent to use the power of elimination to make sure you have what you think you have. If it turned black, say, for MDMA, then you would be like, okay, it might be actually MDMA. If you were testing something like acid, you would use the Ehrlich reagent, which would turn a purple. This is a vital step. If you miss this step, you risk consuming the wrong substance, and I've got experience with this too, and you risk, very simply put, death. This is the most important aspect of your substance use. You must test it before you ingest it to make sure that you don't die. So please, if you're on the fence about getting a reagent kit, just buy one. Do not take any compound without first testing it. Step number four. This could be interchangeable with step number three. You're going to want to make sure that you have a reliable source for where you're getting your stuff from. We're talking avoid those shady street dealers if you can. If you don't know where to look for the onions. The onions will not set you wrong. It is probably the best place to find reliable things because there's actual reviews from people who have taken it, and the ones with the best reviews, well, generally they sell the most and they have the best ratings. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about when I say onions, just do a tiny teensy bit of research and you will know exactly what I mean. Step number five. Make sure that you have a very safe and comfortable space, especially if you're trying a compound for the first time. I don't care, again, if it's a psychedelic, a stimulant, I don't care what it is. You don't want to be in an uneasy environment. You generally don't want to be in public around strangers. You want to be in the safety of your own home, especially the first time you're trying something, because you don't know how you're going to react. Just because you read 100 user reviews and everybody says the euphoric positive time, I've done this, and then you try the compound, it might feel nothing like you're anticipating. You could be one of those 1 in 100 that's just affected in a very strange way. And if you're at home, hopefully around friends or loved ones who know what you're doing and who are there to take care of you, then you can better calm yourself down and assess that you probably are physically safe and you're just having an anxiety attack, versus if you're alone or out in public somewhere, your environment is going to heavily influence how you feel, especially anxiety, around taking something for the very first time. Now, subsequent times, use your better judgment if you think you're ready to take it in public or not. If you're talking about things like psychedelics, you're probably going to want to get very comfortable with them before you do anything like this, because the very act of taking it in a public space exponentially raises the potency. It changes the experience altogether, and it can make it feel hellish if you're not ready for it. Step six. So now you've researched it, you've tested it, you've decided, okay, I'm going to take it at home around people who care about me, so I'm not going to accidentally hurt myself. Now you want to settle on the amount. This goes without saying. If you're starting something for the first time, trying something for the first time, start with low to moderate amounts. Don't jump all the way up into the large doses, because this is a recipe for disaster. Start safe. Make sure you weigh it. Again, you got to have that scale if it's something that has to be weighed. And now that you're absolutely sure, 90% sure that you have the thing that you think you have, a lot of the anxiety is eliminated because you know that you got the thing, you tested it with the reagent, you've researched it, you know what to expect, you're in the comfort of your own home, You've weighed it and you know that you're taking a safe, comfortable amount. So now it's time to actually consume the compound. Step 7. Consume the compound. Even though I'm advising you don't consume the compound, but if you made it this far and you're gung-ho on doing this, you may consume the compound. Yay. Now what you want to do is make sure that you leave a lot of your expectations at the door, which seems a little counterintuitive to me saying to research to know what to expect. Well, now that you know what to expect, kind of just let that go a little bit, especially if we're talking about psychedelics, because they're so subjective and every user experience, even from one experience to the next, is very, very different. So I'll be like, okay, yeah, I kind of know what it is, but I also don't know how it's going to affect me. I got a general idea. Now let's just let it all go and see what happens. So just relax into your seat and enjoy the ride. Do not try to fight it, because if you try to fight the experience, you are in for one hellish nightmare trip. So let go and have fun. Step 8. Now, you've done the thing. You did all the research. Experience is said and done with. Now, if you're doing things like stimulants the next day, you're going to want to have a plan, for how you're going to mitigate the come down. Because say things like MDMA can deplete you of serotonin, and the next day you might be feeling like dog shit. So this goes without saying, you would want to have planned ahead to make sure that you have nothing going on the next day. Same with psychedelics, especially if you're doing them in the evening. They can last sometimes 8 to 14 hours, depending on the substance. Mescaline can last sometimes longer than 14 hours. So you want to make sure that your next day is free, wide open, so you can just relax and, chill around, and you don't want to have any heavy obligations to do. But basically this step is just about, relaxing and making sure that you gleaned as much knowledge from the experience as you can. If it was something that was giving you knowledge, if it was just something for having a good time, well, just to make sure that you take this time to recover. As for the recovery stage, what you could do if you're taking things like MDMA is you could make sure that you have a vitamin stack prepared. I have a video that I've made that talks about how to avoid the come down. We'll link it somewhere up here. And this explains all about what vitamins you can take with it. It really depends on the compound you're taking, how you want to deal with this after stage. Things like psychedelics, you don't really need to overload on vitamins the next day because they don't really deplete you from many things. Anyway, that pretty much sums up this video. In a nutshell, that is how to take any compound safely. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. If you haven't already, pick up one of our awesome hooded trip blankets. We still got stock left. Follow the link in the description to psychsubstance.shop to do that. If you want to see uncut versions of these videos, head on over to our Patreon page for the stuff that we cannot show on YouTube. And leave a comment below for the algorithm and let me know what kinds of videos you would like to see next. Till next time, take care.